The Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by DraftKings. It's the Week 6 recap. It's the Week 7 look ahead to the spreads, plus everything in between. We're cooking chicken wings in the air fryer on the show, and we have a three-way sweat going on. Tambo is in studio with me. Cust is on the end here with us. I am currently leading in the King of the Beach qualifier over Tambo by 14 points right now. You're first in another qualifier, and Cust is sweating it with the Jets at the moment now, too. So it's a sweaty little... I feel like I've been going to lose here for the past 20 minutes, and somehow I think the Lions have run out of time, so that's good news. Basically, we just needed all the games to end, and they're not ending, which is a real problem. However, the one thing that did end, Tim, and you heard about it, was the perfect season for the San Francisco 49ers. You did say that it'd be a good bet. Not only did you knock people out of Survivor, you got Christian McCaffrey hurt, Debo got hurt, and it broke up all of the main teasers for the week. It did win Cam, a 5-1 money line winner, and he texted me saying to thank you for the win and the money, and that he never wants to get on a plane with you.
I can't be held responsible for their inability to take apart a P.J. Walker-led Browns team. Let them look to their own sins. It's not me. I take no responsibility. None.
None whatsoever. The Jets are on the move here,
No,
right?
Not. They're about to punt.
Oh, they are about to punt. They just got sacked.
Yes.
Sack Wilson. I mean, it's living up to the name. There's still 5:21 to play in that game. I just want Kieran Williams to run out the clock here and pile up some more points for my team to try to get a bit of a lead, because it looks like Detroit's going to run out the clock to make sure that they can't, A, score any more points on defense, but prevent Tampa from scoring any points or take away from my defense. What do you need right now?
I'm going to sweat with you, because I think when you were changing your shirt to get ready for this, you didn't know that Kieran Williams is questionable to return, and they're running it with a backup right now, or it'd be because of that they've left it that way. But I think you were still up when I looked at it.
I'm up by 3 at the moment in the qualifier.
So the guy behind you right now, I've got it live now, he has Zach Ertz and Kieran Williams with you.
And Buxty is done now. That game is over.
And
so it's just Zach Ertz that can hurt me. And the Rams did just get the ball back, I believe.
And Cup is behind you as well.
Yeah, well, he needs to fuck off.
I don't think he's going to do anything.
He needs to go away. Yeah. I don't like it. Can't we just both have a qualifier seat?
That's what we want. I've already got the other one locked up, so I know that.
Remember when the Patriots lost?
Well, I don't want to have the Patriots discussion here in a second. I don't want to make this into just us sweating what's going on. I want to have a discussion about San Francisco for a second. So we see Debo goes down. Trent Williams went down in that game too for a bit. Christian McCaffrey leaves the game. He comes back. He leaves the game again. And we were just discussing it beforehand, is Brock Purdy mortal? Is this what happens? Or was it Brock Purdy with down an offensive lineman, his best offensive lineman, down his all-pro running back, and Debo, a guy they probably would have turned to with McCaffrey out in that game, against what is statistically the best defense in football in a terrible weather situation? Does he get a pass for playing pretty poorly?
I think it's a yes, actually, to all of those questions. Yes, he looked mortal. He didn't play very well. And
It's not on?
It's I think it's picking up through your guys' mics.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's not good. Poor Cust. Well, live. Yeah. Unplug the bottom right there, Tim. No, right there, Tim. No. The bottom of the microphone.
Tap on your mic.
Yeah. Is anything going on there?
I get slightly.
Here, unplug that and then plug it back. Have you ever used a clip before?
Why don't Tambo and Cust switch mics? Because Cust never speaks into his mic.
Is that better now?
I don't know, is it?
I can hear the tap.
Okay, well then it's working.
But it's really
I like how you're telling him if it's
he
working.
can hear the tap.
Well, that means you're not speaking into it.
Hello?
I think he's sitting too high.
You're sitting too high? I'll see. Now that's a problem. So what you do, Tim, is you take this and unscrew that, and you can tilt it up like that, and you can put it right next to your mouth, just like the rest of us. It's quality stuff here.
I got in trouble for this on Friday, so I'm kind of enjoying this right now.
Yeah, you're in the tough spot. You're in the swivel position.
Is that better?
I was, and then we decided this new plan to put it up on the screen, so I got stuck.
Okay, well that should be better then.
Well, you're still not talking into it.
Yes,
Look
I
how
am
far
talking-
fucking away from your face it is. We're like this far away. You're this far away.
This is as close as I can actually
You can
get.
lean into the microphone and talk like this.
That seems really awkward.
You know what else is awkward? This segment that we're doing right now and not being able to hear you.
You can definitely hear me now because I'm talking directly into the microphone.
Paul.
I think Tambo and...
All right, switch mics. Switch mics.
I don't know what's going on.
I couldn't
but
be
it's
closer to that
horrible.
mic. Is that better?
Yeah.
Apparently, Tambo's mic, according to everyone, is very hot.
Testing. Do you got me? Can you hear me?
I mean, that mic seems like that. Maybe...
It seems. Is it cranked by chance?
I don't know which one's which because you put them in weird orders.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I have my mic that's here. I'm
Live
my regular
TV,
mic.
right? Nothing like
He
it.
is going to be mic 2, and he's going to be mic 4, I believe.
Mic 4?
Whatever one that one's plugged into.
Well, that explains a lot. Why would there be...
Well, I don't know. What's it plugged into at the top of the audio board? What?
He's 3.
He's 3. Okay, so there's nothing plugged into mic 4.
Good start.
4 is what I usually have, but it's gone.
It's gone. Okay, so is everyone's mic on?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's mic's on. They sound
But no one can hear Tambo. Is that what's coming through now? Like Tambo's mic is like super dead?
So Tambo should be 2.
Mic 2, test.
And that's cranked all the way up,
But we're not hearing anything out of it.
and it's like next to nothing.
All right, well, that's a problem what we do when we stay inside trying to sweat our lineups and try to win tens of thousands of dollars and don't do a mic check. Well, I'm sorry about that. Tambo, you talking to this while I try to fix the mic in real time. You guys have a chat. You tell everyone what's going on.
That's what I'll do. So right now, we're tracking it, and we're waiting to see if Philly can do anything
Let's hope not.
because we're trying to tilt Tim more than Mayo is tilted right now.
The Jets' offense is doing enough to tilt me.
So there is 2 minutes, 24 seconds left in that one. The Arizona game is pretty much done, but we're fading what Pat is looking to fade at least.
Got another first down. This game is so fixed.
Rondale Moore does not hurt Pat, so Pat is still in good shape there.
Oh, sure. Let's talk about the Patriots. I took so much heat from a lot of you out there, and you know who you are. Well, some of you don't actually. Well, you know who you are, but I don't know who you are. Who also thought it was uproariously funny when I said the Patriots were one of the 3 worst teams in football and had a real chance at the first overall pick. They are one of the worst teams in football, and a chance at the number 1 pick. And I just want to say that I feel really good about that. And a lot of you criticized me about the Raiders, and the Raiders are actually half decent. Like they're a decent enough team, and I think that attention should be paid. That's all I believe.
What
about
did it
that.
end up at there? Because we were chasing it. So
21-17.
Jimmy G goes out. It still ends up 21-17.
On the Max Crosby safety, basically to end the
Yeah,
game.
so that was that. But it was closer than what you would have thought going into it. Sam Fran lost. We talked about that one was the other one that you talked about. So two people that had big injuries that ended up causing, in the one case, a loss. In the other case, the Raiders got the job done.
But
still.
also the Browns defense played phenomenally, and that is worth mentioning. Like the Browns defense showed up. They have proven themselves to be one of the 3 or 4 most important units in football. Like, you Dolphins offense and you have Browns defense. Like they're on the same type of level of dominating when they're healthy.
They did look better today, and we talked about that going in because we talked pre-show, or I guess pre-watching the games today too, about how that line had changed all week, and then obviously Deshaun Watson going out, what that would lead to or mean. It did. The line did move that way beforehand, but then obviously with Watson going out, you thought more to it. But even the start of the week, it was just a bad line when it first opened up. 3.5 or whatever. San Francisco pounded that last game, and then it came down to this. So.
I'm not sure they would have played any better with Deshaun Watson under center than they did with PJ Walker today, to be honest with you.
Did this do anything, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want your mic?
No, I'll just use this one.
There we go.
Start the show for TV.
No, they can take this. This is fine. The TV station, they can edit around this, or they can just have. I need Zach Ertz not to catch a ball. Is what I need.
Yeah, that's what we're at.
Zach
right
Ertz,
now.
you fuck off, old man.
We need him.
Don't want to get hit. His pacemaker might blow up or something like that. Can't have that on the field
Marcus
going live.
Brown.
But people can hear me now. That's what we're doing. Must have been just a wire that needed to be rejigged just a little bit.
And there's only 8 seconds left in that game.
Yeah, well, I can see them coming down here. It's still in. Do the Jets have the ball or do the Eagles have
No,
the
the
ball?
Eagles have the ball, 3rd and 10. They're at the warning.
Okay. Are you still in first place in your qualifier?
I am.
There we go.
Yeah, that one's over, so that one's locked down. Second king of the beach seat. Nice to get
Oh,
that
no,
one.
this DeMercado guy. If he somehow gets like 40 yards on this like last play,
No.
I lose like $2,000 in that prize picks.
Oh, okay. We don't want that.
Which I would not be a huge fan of here. It appears that there is
Incomplete pass to Greg Dortch was the last thing I see.
Yeah, and there's 8 seconds left in the game. That's where it's down to right now. Either way, so you did your New England bit, how everyone laughed at you.
Yeah, and I was right. They were wrong. And everyone was wrong about the Raiders, other than me just about.
Well, are the Raiders good?
They're going to play the Bears next week. Expect them to win again, so that'll make them 4-3. I think they have the Giants shortly thereafter. That's 5 wins. They get to play the Broncos again. That's a W. Like, they're going to end up with 7 or 8 wins.
That's too many wins for the Raiders.
But, like, you look at their schedule, that's what they're going to finish up with.
You were pretty confident about the Jets in this game.
I thought they could compete. I mean, I felt less confident when I heard the news about the corners, but didn't seem to make a difference. Again, if the offense could do anything with the ball in the red zone, I mean, by rights, they should be winning this game.
Well, Tambo, you got to experience firsthand how Tim interprets what happens during Jets games.
Oh, yeah.
The commentators are against him.
Yeah.
When Ty Conklin gets both of his feet out of bounds on a catch, they should count that as a catch,
would've been nice.
according to you. When Jalen Hurts scores a touchdown, it shouldn't count.
Well, that's highly questionable as to whether that was a touchdown.
How highly questionable could it have been? It was ruled not a touchdown on the field. They reviewed it and called it a touchdown.
They had to piece together several various replays to come up with what they think was. When it's that inconclusive, you have to stick with what's on the field.
Well, did they say that it was inconclusive? McBride with the final catch.
You're good. You're up 3 right now.
Yes!
So, should be all right.
Unless there's something in this stupid Eagles-Jets game that's coming back to get me.
But it has a nice score, too, like what we wanted earlier in the game.
It's you. You're the only guy behind me.
Yeah, and it'd need a
You need
60-yard A.J. Brown touchdown, basically.
Oh, as Cash Chucker points out, I'm glad someone is keeping this on the go here with you. Tim quickly deflects from ruining San Francisco's season into taking credit for New England being bad.
I mean, sorry, would you rather I sat here and wallowed in what I was wrong about? I'd rather talk about the various things that I was right about.
I'm really glad Zach Ertz doesn't get Trey McBride points, because every time he catches the ball, I think it's Zach Ertz.
We did that for the entire
whole
fourth
day.
quarter.
I know.
85, 86, same thing. But we make fun of Zach Ertz the whole week here, at least I do, on the show
And then
on
you
Fridays.
played him.
And then I used him just because I actually had Logan Thomas in there. I was excited that I faded that 1.2 or whatever.
Hey, you know who's in the winning lineup for the qualifier if I win? Logan Thomas.
No, there you go.
Logan Thomas and his 1.2 points. And Bryce Young.
Man, I don't think I'm going to get much else here, though, at the end. But, yeah, the best of the day was the Tyler Conklin. 2 feet out of bounds, clearly. Oh, and of course the Jets can't get any calls their way. Like, the dude is literally out of bounds. Both the first foot comes down a foot out of bounds. The second one behind it.
Oh, my God!
Interception.
All right, we're in business.
Wow.
In business, they're on the
45.
4-yard line.
That's the most he could ask for, though.
That's a pick to the 7-yard line. They just need to take knees now.
No, the Eagles have 2 timeouts.
Oh, okay.
So it's not quite the game.
Do you think that you should get your Jets hat on?
No, not
Are
yet.
you sure?
Not
But that could be
yet.
good luck.
Do you have the game?
I'm watching
Is
the
there a way in which that I could actually...
Well, then I can't see the chat.
I know, but like, can you
Okay,
indulge me until the
sure.
game is over?
I will indulge you till the game is over, but that means I lose what limited notes that I have, and I have to go off the top of my head. Paul, did you get the picture that I sent you?
Yeah.
Do you have the ability to bring that up?
This is one of the best defensive performances I have seen a Jets team put on
Since week 1?
since the Rex Ryan era.
Especially
It's on
down.
par with that Buffalo game, but honestly, in some ways it's even better than the Buffalo performance.
This might fuck me with A.J. Brown. You watch.
No. what
You
they-
go. You
Jets have
must.
to go-
Touchdown Jets.
Too much time?
Maybe, but at least the Eagles will have to score a touchdown in order to
What
win.
was that?
That was a pick to the 7, Brees Hall tee.
Okay. I almost don't want them to kick the extra point. I almost want them to just take a knee so that you can give 2 points back the other way.
You're
Being up 4, what's the difference between being up 4 or 5?
Yeah, but you're afraid that they might screw
Okay,
up this. They
there's-
might screw this up so badly.
There's a 0.1% chance that happens. What's the difference between being up 4 and 5?
There isn't.
So let's just take a knee.
I like where you're coming from.
Would you? Am I wrong?
No, but it's so.
I know it seems very. They're going to go
Well,
for 2,
I'm gonna say, why wouldn't you go for 2 in case
That's
Philly
the-
scores and misses the extra point?
but being up 6.
What is it?
I
What
guess.
is a more likely scenario?
Yeah. Okay.
That Philly just misses the extra point if they score a touchdown, or the Jets turn the ball over so badly that Philadelphia gets it
That's
back
2
the other
points.
way. Oh, Zach Wilson.
Oh, no,
Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
Zach Wilson, 2 Randall
Still,
Cobb?
a touchdown and an extra point will end the game. And the Eagles do have fast strike ability, so that's good. I did not expect that to happen. We were talking, I think Paul said it on the couch. We were inside saying the Jets need a pick or something in order to get things moving.
Did you find that? Picture? Okay, so we were watching the game earlier. This is the moment of the week for me. I'm pretty sure that pick is just the moment of the week for you, based on your reaction to it. But this guy, remember this guy from earlier?
Devastated.
Oh my
The
god.
trout-faced Jets fan after the Jets.
It's funny.
They just held the camera off.
Yeah, that's real funny. I think it looked like that guy.
shit.
They held it on this.
The
poor guy
funniest
for a good,
moment-
8 seconds.
My moment of the week wasn't that, but it was in this game. It was just how much fun Mark Sanchez and the other guy keep having every week. They've become like Stadler and Waldorf for us, and however it works, we only have one main TV that has sound, and like 5 of 6 weeks, the Mark Sanchez game has made it on our screen. And he's like the 5th broadcasting team. So it's not like we're watching the marquee games and he's on.
You know, a long A.J. Brown touchdown wins this for you, right?
Yeah, that's the chance.
I'm sorry, but I am hoping that does not happen.
Me
for you.
too. I am also hoping that does not happen. Paul, are you going to put on these chicken wings? Here we go. So this is a big test for you.
This is a big test. This is one of the big hurdles over which one has to cross for these air fryers.
All right. Well, where else do you want to go with this week? It was
Caleb Williams.
All right. Do you want to talk about Caleb Williams? Should Caleb Williams, according to you, be the first pick of the draft?
I'll put it this way. He may be perfectly worth the first pick in the draft, but no one who plays a game like that is so good that you should be tanking your whole season for him, I don't think.
Okay.
Like, you tank in the NFL, if you ever do, and you really don't, for like a generational talent. I don't think a generational talent plays like that in a college football game.
So you think that no one who ever did pay? I don't know.
I
don't
can't- no.
I don't follow college closely enough. Maybe people in the chat can tell us. But like, did Peyton Manning ever play just a horrible game?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Did Andrew Luck ever play a horrible game?
That bad in prime time, like with the whole country
matter if
watching?
it's- what does it matter
Well,
if
like,
it's
but that's
prime
like
time?
with all eyeballs watching, and like it ups the stage and the ante. And like he just was.
So,
not just,
so what you're saying is that if a guy played a game in a pressure, if played a terrible game in a pressure-free situation, that would somehow be worse?
I mean, that's an Irish team, as you were sort of laughing about in the room. It's like, couldn't you beat Louisville last week?
I know.
And they took Caleb Williams behind the woodshed and crushed him.
Absolutely. It was a horrible game. Now, see, I don't know. Everyone's saying that Caleb Williams might not everyone, but there are people that are in different camps of who should be
I
the
think that's
number
going to be
one
an
pick.
A-block story this week. I know it's not the NFL, but like if I were running like PTI or something,
Well, there's probably a good reason that you're not running PTI.
Caleb Williams would be
you know
one
what
of
you
my
don't
stories.
talk about? Stuff that happened on Saturday.
unless it's
No.
monumental.
No, you don't. That's not monumental. The not going to the Final Four Notre Dame Irish beating a crappy USC
Well,
team.
they're crappy. They're pretty good, and this guy's the
Doesn't
anyway.
seem like they're all that good.
Anyway,
I don't understand how that would be. I think San Francisco losing, maybe the Jets winning,
Them being
would end
on
up being a block story.
San Francisco is definitely in the A block. Yeah, if the Eagles happen to lose here, they'd be in the A block.
Well, I think either way, Jets are they actual contenders? Because Aaron Rodgers is on the field walking.
Yeah.
He's rubbing crystals on his Achilles, and it's working.
They're not contenders because the offense can't get it done in big spots.
So what are we going to say the A block is? Is it P.J. Walker ends up?
That's the story.
And listen, Sunday Night Football cannot be included in this because we don't know what's going to happen. The only thing that we know about Sunday Night Football is who's not going to score the first touchdown.
We'll go with Paris Campbell.
It's a good
Paris
one.
Campbell.
That's a good
Okay. Is he even active for this game?
Let me check.
Is he in your DraftKings player pool, Tambo?
I'm checking right now. I don't think I don't know if he's active. I didn't. I'm finalizing as we go, and I don't think I have any of them. Let me go check.
What's up with that?
Let me see.
Paris
This.
Campbell first touchdown is 50-1. Let's go.
Where are the Giants and actives here?
Oh. But if he's not active, then I'm getting my money back on this. I'm going to bet him anytime touchdown at 9-1 as well. Use some of that Kendrick Bourne
I'll
money.
admit, if
got
I
coming in.
knew before the game last week that Kittle was going to be wearing a T-shirt that said F Dallas, I probably wouldn't have picked him not to score a touchdown.
We scored 3.
That would have been information I would have liked to have known.
I believe he had 1 yard today.
The Niners just didn't show up.
I don't know how much that was on Kittle because I'll go back and watch the game tomorrow. I would assume with the offensive line beat up and the mass amount of pressure that Cleveland was bringing that they probably asked Kittle to, oh my God, is that to A.J. Brown for a touchdown?
Pick. Oh, he dropped
Hold on,
it.
no flag.
It wasn't, but it was the final play anyway. That was never happening.
Yes!
We should be good.
Jeff
Yes,
Lynn?
yes!
That was on fourth.
That was fourth down?
Get my hat.
Let's see it.
I got it over here.
Oh, you got your hat. Oh,
It was over here when I
Oh,
got here.
really?
It was-
You just had the hat
I
underneath
didn't bring it here. It was here when I.
Or did me and you both
We got a
qualify
seat.
for King of the Beach?
Both got a seat.
Boom.
Nice.
And the Jets won.
And the Jets won. What a day.
We completed the trifecta.
did it.
Yeah, let's go.
Here's the thing.
Pumped.
The Jets just went through the hardest 6-game stretch they're going to go through. And they're 3-3. And they're going to go to the playoffs. That's going to happen. Their tough games are not that plentiful down the stretch. Do I think they could, could you beat the Chiefs? Well, they just about did, but that game would be obviously an Arrowhead in the playoffs. Can they beat Buffalo? Well, yeah, I mean, who doesn't beat Buffalo when it matters? I don't know. The Jets have been, that's a team that could have just given up after an emotional win in week 1. And, they're 3-3. Being the Eagles, no undefeated team, so I guess the 72 Dolphins will be popping their champagne and celebrating. And I'm just realizing, and I hope something else was what screwed you, but I know you sent that parlay of your moneyline parlay yesterday and asked who would hurt you. I did tell you it would be the Jets. I hope somebody else already blew that up for you.
They didn't.
Oh.
That is a loss.
Well, I don't like to celebrate.
It was actually a teaser, and I had intentionally left the Niners off of it because you would curse them. And then you mentioned that one game. Do you know how much the profit on that bet was?
I'm sure it was substantial.
It was $1,200.
And I don't
But
like-
hey, I just won like 10 grand.
I
so
don't like to cheer
can't complain.
again. I don't like to celebrate your losses, but you had to understand I was going to be cheering against it.
So
There was no way it couldn't be.
Do you want to redo the A block now?
No. I think the A block. Maybe the A block story is Philly and San Francisco, the 2 undefeated teams, lose.
Okay, so, I like that, and we should have seen this coming with Philadelphia. I think this is, and
They have been living, dangerously.
Danger's their middle name.
I think we're good.
This is the playoffs landing there. How do you fools look now? You wrote us off. Now what do you got to say for yourselves? Huh? Now what do you have to say? The Patriots are the worst team in the AFC. The Jets are the most impressive story in the AFC, given what they're working with. They won the game today against the Eagles, who were the NFC champions, and the Jets didn't have their best corner, their second best corner, or their quarterback. They didn't have anyone you could even name on the offensive line who's any good. And they lost a good offensive lineman in the game partway through. And they beat the Eagles. They nearly beat the Chiefs. They humiliated the Bills. What are we doing? This team would have won the Super Bowl had they had Aaron Rodgers. That hypothetical championship that I declared after week 1 has proven itself out. That they're 3-3 against the hardest schedule you could cook up, pretty much. And, with Rodgers, they wouldn't have lost a game. Must hurt. Must hurt to hate the Jets as much as many of you do out there.
I think there's a game that we need to play right now. Jets on bye next week, coming out, battle in New York. At the Giants, win or loss.
Win.
At home against the Chargers.
Win.
That's on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it
At
is.
the Raiders.
Win.
At the Bills.
Win.
At home against the Dolphins.
At home against that's the Friday game. That's the Black Friday game. Win.
Okay. At home against the Falcons.
Win.
At home against the Texans.
Win.
At the Dolphins in December.
Loss.
Okay. At home against the Commanders.
Win.
At the Browns.
Win.
At the Patriots.
Win.
They could be a 1 seed, Tim.
If they hadn't thrown the Chiefs game, if they hadn't called that penalty in the Chiefs game, they would have won that game. And really, the Dallas game was the only one that really got out of that. And then they just turned into pumpkins against the Patriots. Put it this way: when you beat the Eagles the way they just did, as undermanned as they did, and the way they played the Chiefs to the gun, who can't they beat? You people have all lost it. This team is right there. Don't write their obituaries. They're not done.
Oh, man.
This team just showed you what it can do, what it can be, and what it could have been.
You said they were done.
I was in a glass case of emotion, okay? I can't be held responsible for my emotional swings when the team loses in such a circumstance. But the facts are crystal clear and laid out before you. The question is whether you choose to see them. Like, you can laugh all you want. You laughed at me when I said that the Broncos would have trouble, the Chiefs would have trouble scoring against the Broncos. I was right. And you all laughed at me when you said that the Raiders, I said the Raiders would be half decent. I was right. And you all laughed at me when you said the Patriots were going to be bad. And when I said the Lions are going to go to the Super Bowl. They're probably the favorite, given their schedule right now, to have the 1 seed in the NFC. How many things do I got to be right about over here before people give me the credit I deserve? All right, end rant.
You said they were done.
I know what I said.
So do you want credit for that?
Look,
Like, what do you want credit for?
I was feeling very down about them. So what? Now I'm feeling on top of the world. They've just done things I couldn't believe they could do. You people have lost your minds if you don't think the Jets are good.
People in the chat are saying that you're using "you people" pretty strongly.
Everyone who was against me in the Jets. That's who I mean. I see the comments you make because I like to see whether Jeff fights with people in the comments. So I check out what you people say.
Now, the good thing about this, with San Francisco losing, and the take a breath, pal. You got some well-deserved chicken wings coming
I
up.
can't wait.
Tambo's still alive over here too. In case
Before
you're
I
wondering.
eat them,
he's making DraftKings.
Before I
lineups.
eat them, make sure I'm eating them in the right way. So
I
that
didn't
people
get you
don't
your
want-
gloves though.
I do prefer gloves.
That's why we put him there, so hopefully he burns himself. We'll get
Well,
to
he's
see
gotta
that.
burn himself.
Look,
This
my
we know.
finger is still burned from like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
People are asking if you can blink, just for them out there. Okay.
Look at you people now. You revel in my misery. Well, now I get to revel in yours. Not your misery. But, like, look, I was right. I was right about this. I feel very good about it. My team is really good. I
you?
wish we could play the Chiefs right now again. I think we'd probably beat them now. I wish we had a quarterback, though. Zach Wilson's still holding this team back.
Someone says that, Tim, you're running so hot at the moment, you're probably going to win a $100 Best Buy in McDonald's Monopoly.
Oh, could
are you
you-
getting some sticks on the? You're running hot. You'd be crazy not to go to McDonald's on the way.
I'm on a
out.
heater. I'm totally on a heater.
Yeah.
And thank you. I've received messages from people and DMs with their stickers
Oh,
so
yeah.
that I could have them and use the codes. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Getting more points off that?
Well, it's not so you don't get the points so much as you get the ability to like enter in the draws and stuff. Uh-oh. What you have to understand about this show is it's mostly props now.
Look.
Oh,
Look at all the stickers we got you.
I have them all?
Not yet.
Oh,
Can I have them all?
well, I want them all.
Well, right now the coin is holding them.
Oh, is the coin.
Yeah. So you can have them at the end of the year if you beat the coin.
Well, I need it before the end of the year because the promotion ends earlier than that.
I can just smell chicken wings sitting in between this. And
You see this guy's insane face? I don't know if you are doing good for your campaign to not be most insane this year.
Oh, if we add up the things that Jeff has said, look, if you think it's sane to go to a $4,000 a plate Thanksgiving dinner, then I guess that's sane.
Well, we don't know how much it is. And
No.
Jeff doesn't know how much it is.
That's probably true.
Is what we have discovered.
But he knows it was a lot.
He knows it was a lot, but he was a guest, so he doesn't actually know how much that
And he
plate
knows
costs.
it's probably not just a lot, it's probably an embarrassingly large amount for some turkey.
Well, there's a clip that Pizzola sent me. I'll run it on the Spread Pick show this week of him saying that he doesn't know that you can't actually search how much it was. And if people search how much it is to be a member at the club, then it's also not a good look for him. Because it's like $100,000 or something like that. It's too rich for Jeff's blood. He had to be invited there by a guest. He's a rich poor. He can't be a part of the rich club. Man, the Jets are pretty good.
They are pretty good.
So the A block, San Francisco and Philly lose. What else do you think that we can throw onto that? Should there be a discussion about the Jets as well?
Well, that would come up in the conversation about Philly.
Well, no, but if we're going to package those two together, it's the undefeated teams lose, and then maybe transitioning out of that, or maybe it's Jets win as the top story
No,
into
but
that.
like bounce backs, like Jets, Bengals, are they now ascendant? Or have they figured out their problems?
Bengals, a game they should have lost.
They should have, but didn't.
just-
the defense won them the game.
Whenever they needed to get a stop, they just They sent 4 guys, and Trey Hendrickson was just in Gino's face. That's
crushed
everything that happened.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Because, I mean, Gino Picks reared his head a little bit today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know that the Bengals and Browns played in week 1. That game was sort of a bit of a write-off because Burrow could barely walk. I don't know when they're scheduled to play each other again, maybe not till very end of the season. But it does seem like, I know Pittsburgh is like nominally the placeholder for the division lead, but that team doesn't have the horses. It's not elite at anything. It does feel like the Bengals and the Browns are going to be running that one down together.
Do you think that the Bengals make the playoffs?
I would say yes.
What about you?
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think that's one of the things we didn't talk about, but actually it's been like 2 or 3 games now, right? They started the season slow. We saw this the last couple seasons with the Chiefs, the Bills, and now it seems like the Bengals. Obviously some injury stuff too with Burrow, but when you think about it from that perspective, they are still bouncing back. So we'll see what they can continue to do. They look good on defense today, but it was Gino.
Oh, you have a meme to post?
Of course, I get a meme every week if the Jets, just in case the Jets win.
Do you have a lot of? Can I see some of the unused ones, or are they the same ones? You just repurpose them for other things.
This one is everybody hurts sometimes.
That's pretty good.
That is good. You got to use the other guy that we found today because that guy's he's not bewildered anymore.
That's true. He turned into Franz Cust.
Had the
all of a
Jets
sudden.
beaten the Chiefs.
That's a good one. You should be posting these ones.
No,
anyway.
I can't post ones that aren't winners.
Okay, so we have the Jets, we have the Bengals, trying to make a bit of a comeback. Did anyone else actually you're a Ravens fan. I know you didn't watch much of the game, but they basically tried to do everything they could to not win against Tennessee, but they won anyway. They keep doing this, but they keep winning.
This is the Ravens, though. They always play down to their competition, so I didn't expect much more. Once I saw Tucker kicking those field goals, I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to have to wait and see how this ends. Luckily, it ended up being back up, unfortunately, for Tannehill, but for the Ravens, I was thinking that was a good spot. They could finally get the job done, so happy to get a win, get out of there. But, yeah, not expecting too much for the whole season.
Let's talk about Detroit. Because Detroit just won. I mean, people like Tampa Bay. They were only a 3-point favorite on the road in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is coming off a bye. Tampa Bay played good D the entire game. Your boy Jamison Williams got in on the act finally. Nice deep catch. I think he had 1 catch.
That was a great catch, though, the way he adjusted to a ball that was sort of like not thrown to the right shoulder.
Yeah, I like that catch, too. It was pretty solid. There's a couple good ones today, but that was definitely one of them.
Like, if you go through the Lions schedule, it's just so soft compared to what the Eagles and 49ers have to go through.
I mean, you can make the point that you made when we were watching in the room about the Lions is...
Yeah, well, I just said it from the start of the season. Everyone gives me shit for this, but I said they're not going to be a good team, and they're going to be a good team. What I mean by that is they're going to be a good team till they're not. They're going to get there, like Tim said, their schedule is sort of set up that way that they're going to be able to get down there. And Dan Campbell and the bounce back from last year and all that, they're good on paper. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to turn into anything. And when we get to the end of the season, it's going to be exactly what we expect.
Over under 1 playoff win for the Lions.
I said they could get 1, but then that's it. It's 1 or none is how I'm seeing. 1 or none or 1 and done. That's what it's going to be.
I mean, look, I think that the Niners fully healthy would probably get them. I think that they are pretty equal with the Eagles or Cowboys.
Do you think that they're actually equal with the Eagles?
I do. The Eagles haven't. How many impressive games have the Eagles played this
I
year?
feel like they've played 0. I mean, the game against Tampa was their only somewhat
Yeah, that was their only.
game.
Yeah, exactly. So the Eagles are 5-1, but they've yet to play in all sincerity here, there's no excuse to lose to the Jets when they don't have anyone playing cornerback. You have explosive receivers, a quarterback who I would have said going into the 5 o'clock slate was the co-leader if not leader for MVP. He and Brock Purdy took a big step backwards today in the MVP race.
And Tua probably took a step back
Tua
up.
and potentially Josh Allen take another step. I mean, Mahomes did nothing on Thursday night to make you feel like he should have cemented himself.
But here's the weird thing about MVP. And the markets don't mean anything right now.
No.
All you need to do is just bet whoever is a longer shot odd right now. Because Jalen Hurts proved this last year. It really means fuck all what you do for the first 14 weeks of the season. You need to end the year super strong. And throw for a bunch of touchdowns or yardage in those games and have your team be like a top 3 seed.
Who's the MVP right now? If you had a vote.
If I had a vote?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the right answer. McCaffrey's looking, I think he's 90-1 to win. But I think that he's truly more important to that San Francisco offense than we are led to believe.
I would vote Tyreek Hill. I think
that's
he's
actually
the most valuable player.
That's actually a great call.
But I don't think he could ever win it. They'll never give it to a receiver. But I do
give it to
believe
Tua instead for the same spot.
They'd give it to Tua, but I think that Tyreek Hill is actually the MVP.
And additionally, people aren't voting for Tyreek Hill.
Understand it, but then they voted for Aaron Rodgers in a year where he was
Aaron Rodgers
taking a broadside against vaccines.
Listen,
in the middle of the pandemic.
Aaron Rodgers came out against vaccines, a position that isn't so crazy anymore.
But it was at
the time, especially within the media.
And voters overlooked it.
Additionally, that's not the same as what Tyreek Hill has done.
No, no, absolutely.
Or at least
not.
been accused accused of doing.
No, 100% I agree with you.
Not the best guy.
But if you ask me in terms of just like performance, I would say he is.
Would you say his number one performance was taking that guy's camera and doing a backflip with it and taking a picture of it after he scored a touchdown? It's pretty incredible stuff.
Yeah, the Dolphins are a lot of fun until people heat them up. The one game where they got super pressure, they wilted against Buffalo. When they get the Jets on that Black Friday game, be curious to see if the Jets can generate pressure, what happens. That's the type of team that'll... Now, they play the Eagles next week. If I were the Dolphins, I'd be furious that the Jets did what they did to the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to come like bats out of hell on Sunday night.
Or you can take a pay. I mean, the one thing that the Dolphins did pretty well on defense today was actually they generated a lot of pressure on Bryce Young. We've seen them generate some pressure. The one thing that I would be worried about if I was the Dolphins would be what Carolina did to them like the first 3 drives of the game. They actually shut them down the entire time.
You and I were joking. It's like, oh, Carolina started 3 and out. That's no good. And then the Dolphins blink. They went 3 and out and went, oh, gee, really?
Now, it could be an aberration, a series of, like, again, when you go back and watch everything which unfolds, and when you're trying to watch 7 games at once, it can be a little bit taxing to try to get into the minutia of why drives failed. But I didn't have, especially like in their script at the beginning of the game, that's usually unstoppable. Yeah. That's usually Dolphins' go time.
You're right.
So I thought that was somewhat intriguing. I kind of feel like the Dolphins are going to be like what you said about the Lions.
Could happen to them as well.
They're going to be like a 1-win at best playoff team.
Definitely could happen like that as well. I will say this, though, like that, I know it's Carolina, the worst team going, so it's not a big thing about this, but the way they started the game, the Dolphins didn't blink. Like, again, there was no worry at all, and there shouldn't be. But I'm saying it was like, yeah, it didn't go their way how it always has to start the game, but then it went their way like it always does anyway. So, it's a bad team, bad example for that, but just to say it, I'm not really worried about that part. The Detroit side is different, though, because to me, that's like the Philly of last year, and Philly's just a better team, and they still are, I think, and that's going to be a team that they're up against down the run this year, down the stretch. But Philly had that schedule last year, and we were saying before, let's see Hurts prove it. He did quite a good job of getting all the way to the end and then not getting there, but still get to the Super Bowl. That's one thing. This is where I don't see Detroit having that chance. I know it'll be better, but it won't be anything like that.
The Lions are like Gonzaga.
Yeah, very good. Yeah,
and like sooner or later Gonzaga gets got. Sometimes they get all the way to the championship game. Sometimes they get knocked out early in the tournament. But sooner or later, Gonzaga does lose. I do think the Lions, if sooner or later, will meet their match.
Well, it's interesting to think about because they've looked really good, and they've played. Listen, they beat the Chiefs on opening night. It's a big emotional game. We've seen weird stuff happen on opening night. Offenses don't look as good. And I'm still under the impression that I don't know if Kansas City's actually trying. I think they're trying not to get their guys hurt. That seems to be what they're doing. They're like, yeah, we'll do it. It's classic Patriots with Brady.
They will have to try next week, though.
But they don't have to. If they lose, whatever.
Well, but you don't want to get behind the 8 ball.
You say that they were behind the 8 ball last year. Didn't matter.
Were they ever trailing in their division last year? I don't think they were.
I mean, at one point, weren't they like 4-3 or something?
3-4,
yeah.
Maybe.
So I guarantee you they weren't winning the division then.
Yeah, maybe. I think the NFC South took a big step backwards this week.
Well,
all 4 teams lost.
They did.
All 4 teams looked very poor in their games in different ways.
I just want that fucking Saints guy who trolls me about hating the Saints so much to fuck right off because they fucking suck.
That's still stronger than I would say, but they did not look good today in a game they definitely should have won.
They just played a average at best, if we're being generous, an average at best AFC team, and they were dog shit.
Yeah, they did not play well. The Buccaneers have played 2 of the top teams in Detroit and Philadelphia, and they just had nothing for them in either game.
Nothing offensively.
But the Buccaneers can beat bad teams, I think.
Yeah, do you think that they're that middle of the pack team?
They could be they could be that 8-9, 9-8, bad team that wins the games against crappy teams, but if they play anyone with sort of resistance, they'll just fold like a cheap suit.
One thing, because in that winning lineup that I just had, I had Detroit's D in there. Are you checking the time for the chicken wings?
Yeah, I'm curious. I just knew that chicken wings, and plus I felt like we had been at this for a while, and I felt like I knew we have to do the spread soon.
Yeah, but
chicken wings.
Yeah, but Paul didn't put them on right away.
I know. I don't know how long these things how long these wings take in these magical air fryers.
Well, how long do chicken wings take you to make in the oven?
Whatever it says on the box. 30 minutes, whatever it says on the box.
Okay, so do you think it's been 30 minutes?
Actually, probably.
I don't think
close.
Paul, has it been 30 minutes since you put them on?
No.
Has it been 20 minutes? About that?
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say 24 minutes is usually pretty good.
Okay.
To crisp them up a bit is how we're going to do this. Do we want to get into the spreads? Do we have anything else? Do we want to talk about... we were going to talk about the backup quarterback rankings, but we might have overshot the skis on that.
Yeah, all we were saying was that it was thought that Minshew may be that, and turns out he's not. And then people were going back and saying about how Philly, he wasn't even doing it there for them. So it may be a little bit overrated as the best backup conversation.
Hoyer may very well get the start next week against Chicago, and I don't think it makes an iota of difference in that line.
So who started? Was it AOC who started the week?
He started the Monday night game, the Sunday night game
or did
against
Jimmy
the Steelers.
end up? I can't remember if Jimmy came back to play.
There was one game where he started, and then but Hoyer came in as a backup to go.
Yeah, that was the game where he got the concussion in the first place. But he ended up playing in that Monday night game, didn't he? Or was it Aiden O'Connell?
I can't remember.
So much.
O'Connell played for sure
I don't remember which game though.
in the game on the. I think it was on the Sunday slate because I was playing him in my main slate stuff. Like we were using him.
Were we?
Yeah, it was $4,000. I think it was $4,000.
Who was $4,000 this week? PJ Walker. Is PJ Walker the best backup in football?
I mean,
He tried to throw that game away.
oh, we couldn't believe that should have been the moment of the day against the 49ers when he rolled out and threw the ball into the end zone to give them an extra timeout and try to force it in there. Oh,
Aiden O'Connell played against the Chargers. In that game, they almost came back and won.
okay, that's right. I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, that was the game that he ended up playing. Let's see, 24 for 39, 238, and an interception. Not a great game.
No.
From him. Loves checking down to Jacoby Jones. I assume they're going to start him again.
Well, do you have any updates on Garoppolo?
I mean, he was taken to a hospital with a back injury. That doesn't sound very good.
Could be the battle of the backups because I wonder if Fields
Precautionary
will play next
test. It just popped up this second from Schefter. Precautionary test per source. Raiders wanted to err on the side of caution.
week. Anything about Fields?
No.
Oh yes. I mean,
Fields can go to
someone
the
brought this
hospital.
up. I've been meaning to bring this up. I have it on my sheet down 3 times. He said, "Hey Pat, do you know of any Week 7 Survivor restarts that people should join for free?" Well, friend, it's like you're producing the show. This is great.
Is this a plant question?
great producer out there, Cash.
Good question.
Thank you.
P-Shag_85.
Yes, if you go to the description right now, you can get a link to the free Survivor League that starts this week, Week 7. You can start making your picks as of Tuesday. It is free to play. You just download the LeagueSafe app. Boom, it's on there. Or you just go to the LeagueSafe page or just go to leaguesafe.com/PME. These are all the different ways that you can get in the free Survivor League. There's $5,000 to first place. And if you're out of Survivor, I don't see why you wouldn't take 43 seconds to sign up for the Survivor contest. It takes less than 10 seconds to make your picks every single week. And then, boom, you can win $5,000 or split $5,000 with a bunch of people. I mean, if you can make it to the end, Cust couldn't make it to the end after claiming that he had a 50-50 shot to make it to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I made it to the end once 6 years ago, but it's tough.
X-rays negative on Justin Fields.
Okay.
Is how we're looking. Your poor super lock. Forgot about that, too. You cursed San Francisco into a loss, then cursed poor Justin Fields into a not broken wrist, but out of the
I
game.
think they probably would have ended up winning that game too, right? The Vikings scored the touchdown on the backup's fumble. So maybe without Fields coming, I don't know. Fields fumbles the ball a lot. Hard to say.
Tom
Bad
Kim,
game.
back to back.
Tom Kim, back-to-back. And what was your stat on him?
It was Justin Ray's stat, and it was good. It was the youngest 3-time winner since Tiger Woods, and the youngest to go back-to-back since, I forget the guy's name, like James McDermott in the 1912
James
US
McDerpa?
something, U.S. Open. I don't know. A good stat. Justin Ray has them all, but it was a good stat, and good for Tom Kim. Gets the job done.
Yeah, and go join that Survivor League, and we'll have the one and done coming very soon. Probably December, I think that opens. It might be open now. I can't remember.
I can't remember if it's for Century or not, though, is it?
It
starts at
it
Sony.
starts at the Sony Open.
Yeah.
Usually, people are asking, does Cust know how to register for? Can you, just to help the people out there, I just described how you register. Can you repeat that back to me? Or are you doing that thing again where you only listen to what you say and then make up what the rest of us are saying and then get mad at what we say despite the fact that you didn't hear us?
I was reading Robert Saleh quotes from his post-game interview.
So
First, he said, we're not 12-0 anymore, quoting the fact that the Jets are 0-12 all-time against the Eagles. Said, we played some of the best QBs in the league, and we've embarrassed them all. It's true. That's what I was doing.
So you go and click in the description, or you go to leaguesafe.com/thepme. You download the app. Do you know how to download an app?
Yes.
Okay, you do that. You sign in to your account. You can make an account if you need to. Make a dummy account. It's free to join. You click on the Survivor League, and you're in.
Okay.
Then you make a pick. You pick one of the professional football
Yeah,
teams
thank you.
that is up there that you think is going to win that week. No cheating. You learn the lines.
There will be no script in front of you on performance.
And that goes for all of you. Now,
How
some people ask me, how do I act so well? Well, you see, The director tells me where to stand. How do I know what to say? It's written in a script for
I
me.
try to pretend that I am the person that I am portraying in the movie or play. For example, Sir Ian, play. Wizard, you shall not pass. Cut. Sir Ian.
There's a show that could come back.
That should come back. That was hilarious.
You can bring extras back tomorrow. I don't think Ricky Gervais wants to do
and
it.
by that point, I've seen it all.
I've seen it all. Well, Patrick Stewart actually has an autobiography that is out now, and I believe it's called "Make It So" from his
Star Trek.
famous Star Trek line. But it should be. But I've seen it all.
What a great show that is.
I mean,
People-
it's not
have people
really.
seen-
It's not really a
have people
great
seen-
show.
have people
It's
seen
not
the
really a
show?
great show. It's a great show for 5 minutes an episode.
Have people seen extras?
I mean, it came out like 20 years ago now.
Yeah, but that has no bearing on whether people saw it.
I mean, it was a British show, then it was a BBC show that became an HBO show that starred Ricky Gervais. So probably no, I'm guessing.
You hear that?
The wings are done. That's probably.
Yeah, but I can't touch them yet or I'll get hurt.
No, they're cold.
Yeah, I bet they are.
They're cold, are they?
I bet they are. Fool me.
They're not hot at all.
Well, we can start to guess the spreads for next week. Did you bet on Paris Campbell to score the first touchdown?
I did not,
You
but
should.
he is in my lineup.
It's
since I'm-
80-1 on DraftKings Sportsbook, by the way. I should probably give a shout out to Run the Sims because I ran the Sims and won 10 grand.
Yes.
I didn't actually win 10 grand. That's a lie. I was in for $389 this week and I won $8,888.
And now I can tell you about where the King of the Beach ticket is only worth $2,000
Yeah, I
for the
know.
min prize. But
Yeah, but I could win
you
200.
get it at 300,000.
I could win
up
300K.
top.
So I'm just going to assume it's worth 300,000.
Yes.
No, they're too hot yet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chicken wings for you.
Even the plate is hot.
How could the plate is made of styrofoam?
Oh, you know what? It isn't hot. I just imagined it being hot.
See, it was.
Is
in
it
your mind.
all in your head?
It's a mind trick. Yeah.
Well, I mean, sensations of heat or cold are sensations that are generated within the mind.
But you didn't touch anything.
I did touch the plate. I don't know. I can't explain.
Oh, let's see this. Oh, nice shoes. PME, 100% in dad mode. I had to buy these on vacation because the shoes that I had were too tight. And then I
yeah.
flew for like 8 hours, and your body expands, and I was just like getting chafed on my feet, so I had to go buy new shoes.
Tim's got some nice ones too.
Tim could not stop marveling about how well-dressed players were on the Champions Tour when that came on.
What was the guy's name?
Jasper Pardovic.
Jasper Pardovic was looking very dapper.
He looked like you if you chopped your sleeves off a little bit. It's basically that shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet he was also wearing a turtleneck.
He wore the turtleneck with the and no logos, which I kind of like. I
No-
know I
no
understand why people get
sponsorships his way.
sponsored, but it looks very classy. It's a class act.
He's a very classy guy.
I don't know if he is or not, but he certainly seemed to be. He dressed very classily.
I also like the new chairs, by the way. We talked
Oh,
about this on
these chairs
Friday,
are
and these
so
chairs
much
are
better.
money. Perfect.
I'm still using my old chair. I thought you guys complained about the chairs. You're the two who are in studio most
both
often.
like
so
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
we're
these
good.
chairs much better than the old chair.
Yeah, solid.
I'm happy that I'm not down here. My chin's not on the table.
Yeah. It's tough. We all live at Pat's house, of course, in the basement. So when I
Oh
got
yeah,
over there and
people.
found the chair.
I don't think people saw that. Not a ton of people tune in to get yelled at on my start sit show in the morning on Sunday mornings.
shit.
But someone was implying that they thought that the people who were on the show live at my house.
Yes, this is like the Brady Bunch, and we all are just one big group who live together.
It's funny because it was Cam.
Yeah, it was Cam.
where they started with. They're like, "Where's Cam? You got to go get him and let him know this."
Like, yeah, this is a fraternity.
It's like SPF, but like no chicks.
In the basement.
All right, spreads for week number 7. We are going to guess them. We shall play the game that goes along with it, where I will start. It will go to Tambo, then Cust, and then wrap itself back around. You know what? I start every week. You can start this week. And it'll go to you, to me, to Tambo.
Okay.
All right.
I had to go off-site for.
No, lines provided by DraftKingsSportsbook.com. Play at
they'll get
DraftKings.
Thursday nighter up there pretty soon. I don't know why that wouldn't be up right now. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so Jags at the Saints.
Saints by no. Jags by 1.
No.
Jags by 2.5.
Incorrect.
Jags 1.5.
Saints by 1.
I'm closest. I almost said Saints by 1 and stopped myself.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Pat took mine, and so I just went with the next
The
one.
shitty Saints. I guarantee you those are super hot.
Oh,
I can see the steam coming off.
Steam coming off it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You put your hat on too.
Are you burning? How are your hands?
Oh.
How are your soft hands?
You know what? You know why that line is and why it's not up at DraftKings? Lawrence got hurt at the end of that game, remember?
There you go.
No.
Yeah, he took that sack at the very end or when he was rolling out and he was just on the ground. I don't think they know if he's like healthy or not.
I thought he
going
was
forward.
fine. All right.
You realize they probably didn't cool down significantly in the last 20 seconds. The steam is
Just
there's
coming-
so much steam coming off of that. You're going to power through it like it's not bothering you, huh? But what if we said
Don't.
I'm not. No, go ahead. I don't want you to burn yourself. People are saying burn mouth. Kill me, Timbers!
Don't do that.
They aren't burning your fingers?
I guess not. Don't tempt me, Tim. He's turning very red. He's turning into Cam.
Let's go get Cam and find out what he thinks.
Yeah, well, he's in the other room.
Yeah,
He's taking a nap over there. He was up cooking turkey chili with a bottle of wine at 4 in the
I
morning.
heard that. He just. Oh my goodness.
Smash the like while you're here in Sub to Mayo Media Network. I like that this show is something different every single week.
It's good.
I hope that people enjoy hanging with us in these. What is game number 2 with my pick first?
We got the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots.
Worst team in football taking on potentially the best team in football.
They're playing the Jets.
I'll say the Bills by. I wonder if the Patriots still get cred for like being a good defensive team, which they are not. Bills by 7.5.
Nope.
Bills 10.5.
Nope.
Bills 11
Bills
billion.
Well, you said 11.5. I'll say 12.
9.5. Buffalo.
Interesting.
So I'm 2 off. You said 11?
No, I said 10.5.
So you win. Tambo gets the point.
Yeah, I said 10.5.
Yeah, 10.5 gets the point.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I figured it wouldn't be. I guess I went a bit too low on that.
Well, I was short.
I just didn't think they'd put it at that. Like,
Do you think Matt Cust continues to start? Because I think that they might actually see with your negative words about Caleb Williams and how much you're relishing the fact that the Patriots might get the number 1 overall pick. You realize this ends with the Patriots getting Caleb Williams and him being awesome and torturing the Jets for 20 years.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll enjoy this moment while I have it because
is good,
tomorrow's
actually.
not promised. All I have is today.
Okay.
we'll see if you keep burning yourself with those wings. What's next?
They're still like steaming hot. Got to eat them. And we had barbecue for lunch too.
He's eating them normal, though. He's eating them normal.
I know. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
He hasn't eaten the.
We haven't
flats
seen a
yet.
flat yet. I was just going to say that. It's perfect.
How do they stack up next to the kale chips?
Kale chips are the best thing we've had.
Kale chips
Really?
are the best
So
thing
far.
we had.
I had some when you came in this morning.
Yeah,
too.
I know.
I made some for myself. Had to have a healthy snack after the gym. So Tambo's up first with the next game. What is it?
Falcons at Bucks.
Bucks 6.5.
Nope.
Oh, goodness. I don't know the Bucks would even be favored. I guess they might be slightly favored.
Oh.
You have to remember the books love Atlanta. Buccaneers by 1.5.
Nope.
Buccaneers by 2.
Pat wins
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. The Bucks are
Should be more, I think.
I think it should be more too. Listen, like Tim said, the books love Atlanta. Atlanta showed us who they were when they were trying to come back against shitty Washington today. That they had a great half against Houston. All the credit to them. They couldn't even cover that game that they won. They couldn't cover against the Packers a game that they won. They just don't cover. Maybe as dogs they can cover this game, but it doesn't feel like. I mean, the Bucks just got. I mean, the Lions were 3-point favorites in Tampa. We think that Detroit's one of the 3 or 2 best teams in the NFC. I mean, Atlanta's not. They might be the 3rd best team in their division on the road. I mean, Desmond Ridder also no longer undefeated at home.
Oh, yeah. Forgot
But he's
about that.
31-1 at home. And that's pretty good.
That
gotta
is
keep
pretty
using
good
it, yeah.
if we count Cincinnati. So it's 1 point for everyone. On to game 4, Paul.
We got the Washington Commanders at the New York Giants.
Commanders by 3.
Nope.
Commanders by 2.5.
Bang, ding, ding, ding.
Oh,
ding,
2
ding,
points
ding.
for me.
God.
Nailing it. Don't even get a chance.
I was going to say
get
2
out of
if
here.
you said something
Get out
else.
of
I
here.
wouldn't have got it either.
So I'm up first on the next game.
All right, we got Lions at the Ravens.
Lions at the Ravens. Ravens got to be favored. Do they get the full 3? But it'd be 2.5 because there is no by 3 anymore. It's 2.5 that they're giving the home teams now. Ravens coming back from London. Ravens by 1.5.
Nope.
I was going to guess that, so I'm glad you didn't get it wrong. 'Cause that's
You
what I was,
can also guess it if you'd like.
Yeah,
No,
you can
I'm
guess
not.
it too.
Feel free.
I'll take Ravens minus 2.5.
Boom.
Got it.
Tambo
was 2.5.
on the board with a perfect one.
With 2. So 3, 3, 1. Tambo, you're up first with the next game.
Cleveland Browns at the Indianapolis Colts.
Oof. Cleveland at Indianapolis. Is there a lineup already with Watson?
I think Watson's going to be out,
There's a
man.
lineup. Yeah.
All right.
Or maybe they're saying that Page and Watson, same guy.
I mean, they weren't
Probably
this morning,
matters
but
more about the defense than anything else in this
Indy
game.
minus 5.5.
Whoa.
No, that's off. Way off. But
I just
That
don't-
could be 10 points off in this
that may
game.
be the worst pick we've ever
Well, no,
had.
I just think
the
if
Browns
we-
are definitely
Yeah,
favored.
Browns D is what it's going to be.
The-
but
the-
it's in Indy, and it's also the
Browns
fact.
just beat San Francisco.
Yeah, it's true.
I was going to say Browns by 3.
No.
I was going to say Browns by 3.5.
It's Browns by 2.
Oh, Tim gets it.
Damn.
That kind of seems short.
That's about right.
Or I mean, we just saw. I mean, the rose was it the petal came off the rose?
bloom has come off the
bloom
rose.
has come off the rose. It was a bit thorny for old Minshew walk. Now that could be because he thought he still played for the Jags. Hence, he hit all their open defenders all game long. That would be a logical conclusion. But
It's
we were all
gonna be
kind of
bad, yeah.
we were all kind of sucking off Minshew that he was the best backup and everything like that. He had a bad game. Backups have bad games when you're
How
forced to
much
be.
is Cam going to love PJ Walker?
Well, he just won him. You just won him a money line on the Browns.
Yeah, but it's Walker versus Minshew.
Backup versus backup.
So he's going to be like, his
But-
brain's going to explode.
Is it one of these things where we saw? I mean, Hoyer didn't look terrible coming in for the Raiders. How is it that you will bite into a chicken wing with the bone, but you won't bite into a pogo with a little thin stick?
I missed it on
Okay.
the flat.
Either way,
I'm just impressed that Tim's eating those without rubber gloves.
I know.
Plastic
I mean,
gloves.
there's no sauce on them. That's why.
Ah, true. I didn't sauce.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put the sauce in because I knew we didn't have the gloves. Either way, that the backups can look good for coming into a game or a start when no one has seen them. Then you get a bit of a book on some of these guys, and it's a little bit of a different story. So I'm curious to know. It's not like PJ Walker played well in that game. He played well enough. He tried to give the game
I
away.
like the Browns in that game quite
It's
a bit.
all the Browns D. That's
Their
what I
defense
was
is gonna
considering
annihilate,
or
yeah.
thinking of. It's too bad. It's gonna. I was thinking of backups in Indy. It's not going to be good.
No, the Browns are going to annihilate them.
And if it is just 2, that does seem, like you said, a little off because Indy's. I mean, 2.
Eh,
They
it
should
looks
smash
like-
them.
it
Everyone
looks
should
like
just
Indy,
hop
too.
on. They like Paul said. They just beat San Francisco. Everyone just hops on that line.
Gotta watch out for hop-ons.
Yeah.
You're going to get hop-ons. Tim, you're up next. It is 3-3-2, and your pick.
The Raiders, probably without Jimmy G. or
Cuss
maybe
Raiders.
Without Jimmy G against Fields and the Bears.
It might
Sounds
not
like
be Fields.
is
Who?
okay,
What
but
was
maybe
that
not
guy's
for the play.
name?
It's a weird one.
Bad-
Who you said looked like a 1930s person.
Does. What was his name?
Badgett.
Badgett, yeah.
He has the same amount of rushing touchdowns, they said, as Justin Fields now.
Yeah. Well, that's condemnatory to the Bears and how they run their team. I do think Oakland needs to be favored.
They don't even have a team. So they're probably not favored.
Raiders by a point.
Nope.
Chicago by a point.
Nope.
Chicago by 1.5.
Raiders by 3.
All right.
Okay.
That one for me.
All tied up, 3s across the board here. This is the most competitive game we've had. And Tambo was up by 38 points on one of the spreads.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
He's just going off the cuff. I like it.
We got the Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Are the Cardinals who we thought they were now?
We'll see if this line is what I think it should be.
They
then.
didn't even put up a fight against. They had a good first half, and the Rams ran the ball 3 times. What did they do? We talked about because I had in the winning lineup, I had Kieran Williams. I was like, could they just run the ball?
Worked well.
And all they did was just their first drive was like 11 straight runs.
I know what
and the
I
Cardinals
think
couldn't stop
This
them.
line has to be. But
Seahawks by 7.5.
Nope.
Seahawks by 6.5.
Nope.
well, I was going to say 7, and so I'm going to stick with my pick. 7.
Seahawks 8.5.
8.5. Yeah, it's going to be higher. Seahawks played well today.
They didn't play
did?
badly. Their offense had
They did.
some
They did
struggles.
play well. They moved the ball effectively, and every time they went to score, just Gino either made a terrible
Geno
decision,
picks, man. Look at
or
this.
Gino just their line crumbled. I did not realize that all of a sudden the Bengals had their pass rush again. Will say there was a Burrow play in that game. It's 2 weeks in a row. The one against the Cardinals where he just kind of like scrambled around for a bit and was like able to move up in the pocket, back in the pocket, get away from a defender and roll out. He did that again today. Like his calf is now fine.
I remember
So-
that play now that you mention it.
So they like everything that we thought kind of like writing them off about this injury, and they are on bye next week too. So he should be fine coming out of that.
Yeah, that's what I said about him earlier. I definitely think that was something. They just need to get a little something going, and he turns out he's okay. But Gino had full everyone. I know DK was in and out with some stuff.
DK was in and out. DK was questionable for the
He
game.
had a full squad.
But they moved the ball effectively.
They did, yeah.
And they played decent defense. I mean, they gave up, 17 points to the Bengals? It's
Burrow
pretty good.
again went away from Chase. I don't know what he thinks. That started strong with Chase. And then
I mean,
went away
Pete
from
Carroll's
him.
smart. He probably said, I'm taking Chase out of this game. Chase can't beat me.
Well, the other guys don't seem to get taken out.
He also said that jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, Tim.
He's just asking questions.
Tambo, I believe it is your pick first.
Yep. What do we got?
We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the LA Rams.
Oh, God. An old Super Bowl rematch.
Someone said last week in their 5-star audio review, I recommend that everyone leaves a 5-star audio review. I would love that the sound of you eating kale chips into the microphone was giving them anxiety.
I thought ASMR was supposed to be very soothing. Wouldn't somebody eating kale chips into a microphone constitute ASMR?
I think Cust could have a channel on YouTube doing that. Like an ASMR channel, or the one where they just put up all the food and eat it all and stuff like that. Like, it'd be great. And see how you eat things, what it sounds like. People would be loving that. I think you should start that up. Let me go with this one. I will say
Rams by 14.
no. Rams by 6.5.
No.
That's still much higher than I would have gone.
Rams by...
Isn't it? I think clockwise.
Oh, yeah.
It's in LA or it's in
in LA.
It's in La.
Rams by 3.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, nails it. That's worth 2 points. And the lead.
Reward yourself with another wing there, Top Cat.
This is my last one.
Can I have one of the drums, please?
Yes, please.
All right, next one for... I guess Cust is up first for this one.
We got the Chiefs at the my mistake. Chargers at Chiefs. Big difference.
Chiefs getting to come off a mini bye. Chargers coming off a short week. Quite a disadvantage there. Chargers at Chiefs. Chiefs by 4.
Nope.
Chiefs by 3.5.
Nope.
Chiefs by 5.5.
Ding, 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 ding,
What?
ding.
Really?
Making up for it. I'm
Good
the
hit.
only one with 2 stings. Dead on.
Good hit.
Like the Chargers in that game.
Undefeated in
I do
T-Swift
too.
games, aren't they?
They're going to lose by 3 or win by 3. It's the
think
Chargers. Am I up
I don't know that the Chiefs can score with them.
Well, we'll see about
They've
that.
only been able to
Chiefs
score
can
once.
score with them?
They've scored over 30 points one time all season in 6 games.
I don't mind Pat's idea here of just taking the 5.5 points. I'm saying, but I think the Chiefs can score with them.
I think the Chargers are alive on the money line.
They are alive on the money line. Like, they can win and lose against any team in football. Next game. And Tim is up first or I'm up first? I'm up first.
We got the Packers at the Broncos.
Packers by 2.
Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding.
come on.
That's a big one.
Oh, I guess we got 2 people with 2
BS.
absolutely correct. You can see my screen. I'm not looking at anything.
King of the Beach tickets.
2 King of the Beach tickets, 2 right in this game. I'm glad we qualified. I'm glad I qualified, really.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Have you ever qualified before?
No, never qualified. The only thing I've ever
Congratulations.
qualified for is like a live final was during COVID. You gave me UFC picks, and when I watched your show, and I qualified for a UFC live final. But it wasn't live. I had to do it online.
When is that?
What?
When is the live final?
The King of the Beach?
Yeah.
Oh, it's November. I think it's the
Okay.
15th to the 19th. But it's like 2 weeks away. I think it's week 9 we play, and it's 250.
Wow.
250
Yeah.
down to 75. 75th is the same as first.
Oh, my wife.
So-
Okay, so
where is it anyway?
South Beach. It's the Lowe's, South Beach, Miami.
But like the actual event in South Beach is
I think it's November 15th to the 19th in South Beach, Florida, at the Lowe's.
Oh, it's
so
real.
you're going to Florida.
No,
No.
I have to qualify.
You have to win
I have to
in.
make it out of the next first round.
Okay.
So I think it's week 9,
good luck.
and it'll be 250 people play down to
Rooting for you.
75.
Then I'd
75
probably
move on
get
and
a
play
win.
off.
By the way, the lineup that I won with is one we made on the show. The only thing is I swapped out someone for Hubbard.
Probably Foreman.
I think it was Foreman for Hubbard. That
You
was
didn't like him all day, so it was perfect. And it turned out to be right.
Yeah.
Badgent gets the rushing touchdown instead.
the Badgent Queen. Next game.
My first go, because Pat just stung that one. What do we got?
Dolphins at Eagles.
Sunday night.
Sunday
2
night
games
football.
left.
Ooh. Dolphins at Eagles. Eagles by 1.5.
Nope.
Eagles by
Do it.
3.
Nope.
Eagles by 2.5.
Boom. Pat.
God.
It was one of the two.
I just-
All right. I can only be caught by Cust with a. Wait, who's going first on this one?
Cust.
You need to get it right to tie me, like you did last week and won, or you tied me again. I got to win this week. You cannot catch me.
Top
That
cat.
sucks,
The
just like today.
pressure is on.
Uh-huh.
The pressure is on. We got San Francisco at Minnesota.
That line has to have gone down a little bit. San Francisco by 7.
Ding!
Oh, wow.
This is what a heater looks like, folks.
McDonald's
this is
Monopoly
what a
on the
heater
way home.
looks
It's
like.
gotta go.
2 weeks in a row. Joe Cool over here. I'm the Joe Montana of these picks because I come through in the clutch week in, week out.
Please clip
But you
that
just
one.
do it to tie.
That means I'm not losing. I already have a slight edge.
No, we got to have a
Us is so
tiebreaker.
hot right
No,
now.
no.
Our first
You're
time
so
on the
hot
show,
right
tiebreaker.
No, we had it last week too. You
Tied
did, you
last
did the
week, too.
exact same thing last week.
What is it for this week?
What?
We got to have a tiebreaker option.
The tiebreaker is who won 10K today? Me.
I mean, congratulations.
Thank you.
Should be a
Tiebreaker
pickoff.
is who can eat wings faster.
It's probably actually me if it was an actual competition.
Yeah, I wouldn't put my. I'm not about speed.
You-
I'm not about speed.
Play in the Survivor League. You can get the link down in the description right now. ShipItNation.com with Tambo and friends. Tambo, you help me. With the help of RunTheSims.com, I optimize my lineups. You help me correlate them all. So credit to you. I mean, congratulations.
day.
Congratulations on your King of the Beach seat.
Yeah.
I too have a King of the Beach seat now. Code Mayo at both RunTheSims.com and ShipItNation. We'll get you a discount. Look at your chest too. You need. To
I love that, man. I'm
you
working
need,
on it.
You need to tell me some like chest. Like I have a good chest on the go. Putting up 225 today.
Yes, you never
not
see
gonna lie
this
to you.
on me. I was rocking the sponsor.
I did the cheat. I didn't go all the way down on the 225.
okay.
I got like 3/4 of the way down. I was like, I don't have a spotter. I might kill myself if I like tried to get this down and not get it up. I might be stuck here and not be able to go watch football today. It would be a real problem.
Where was this at? You go to an actual physical gym, or do you have any?
No, I went to the Good Life up the road.
Okay,
that's,
gotcha.
that's where I go because I
I thought
want.
you were like in the basement. You just get Cam to come up from the other
Yeah,
room.
Cam from
spot
the other
you.
room, stumble out hungover, trying to
Yeah.
get 225 off me.
Still got
Be
the
tough
wine bottle
news.
in hand.
All right, and thank you, Tim. Congratulations on the Jets.
Thank you.
In your very sane rant that you went on.
Can't wait to watch that back.
You don't even remember what you said, do you?
I don't really remember much.
Oh, don't worry. If people missed it this time around, I'll include it in the spread show.
You don't need to do it. See, so basically, you're just running an in.
Oh no, I
campaign for Jeff.
have 2 Jeff clips from another show to run as well.
Okay.
Both one including Limp Bizkit and him rapping Limp Bizkit.
Jeff is the world's biggest Limp Bizkit fan. Can you imagine if the Matthew Good band, the Dave Matthews band and Limp Bizkit played together at a Super Bowl that the Chargers were in?
Say that there was a lower probability of those 2 groups performing together than the Jets throwing the 2-point conversion back the other way to fuck them in that game earlier.
I stand by that. I was very afraid of that.
I like that your mind immediately goes to
What's
the worst thing that could possibly
Well,
happen.
there's a reason for that.
I can't believe I actually held on to win that seat. I'm blown away.
It's amazing.
I'm blown away. I assumed that once Zach Ertz had the back-to-back, I assumed I was done. He said that he had nothing all game, then, catch for Zach Ertz.
I guess,
catch
yeah.
for Zach
I didn't
Ertz.
think about that because I've been here a few times watching games with you, but like sweating it like that, you know what it's like. Like you saw me with the other side.
Yeah.
I'm just basically waiting on something. You need it. I needed it. You needed to
I needed to
anti-sweat.
end, just like,
You were
stop.
anti-sweating. You were in the lead already, and I needed to get there. So I got there. It was good. You held it off. It was solid. We each got a seat. Tim gets the win for the Jets. We're set. 3 for 3.
It's Gavin. Good vibes on the show.
Great vibes.
I hope I win. Listen, I'm rooting for you to come in second at King of the Beach.
Oh, you need to take second. Get me
No.
first.
I want it first.
Can't you
Come
split
on.
the stakes?
Yeah, we'll tie. It'll be just like this.
No.
You wouldn't take a draw?
They do have to do it, and they have to send you another trophy in the mail. We've seen it before.
I don't. You can have the trophy. Just give me.
In the Olympics,
I want the gold.
I want the first place
I want
trophy.
the gold. You show me where the goal's at.
in the Olympics, if two runners have the exact same time, they both get gold medals.
Yeah.
There's no tiebreaker.
That's what I want. I
Oh.
got the second and third on the shelf, so I want the first. That's the difference.
I mean, then you can have it. Just like Saleh and Peltier when they got their fake golds.
Well, they got golds, but they let the Russians also keep their golds.
They want to know where the goal's at. Give them the gold. I want to run a backhoe up there and find me the leprechaun. You should wear that T-shirt. The amateur sketch.
The amateur sketch of the leprechaun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that T-shirt.
That is a
That
T-shirt
hat.
that you should own. And he can be wearing a Jets hat.
With that hat.
Are you trying to see if Paris Campbell has scored the first touchdown yet?
Well, I'm a little nervous about it.
Graham Gano kicks ball. Do they have Damian Harris returning kickoffs for them?
That's sad.
Oh my
How are you
god.
rewarding yourself?
Just kidding.
Penalty
Stop.
on
The
S.
Jets
Barkley.
win.
I don't know.
You're rewarding some
I'm not hungry because I just had chicken.
some drive-through is.
I'm not
getting
hungry.
absolute-
Yeah, you are
He's running
murdering
hot
a
right
drive-through.
You gotta get some more coot, or you gotta get some more sticks.
Yeah, but I'm not hungry. I just had these chicken wings.
He'll put it in a bag, take it home.
The way you looked at me, you're like, I'm getting something.
We're gonna go down there and stake out the Mickey D's.
I think I have like a third of a bag of Ringolos at home. Maybe I'll have those.
Well, people should go watch the game. I just pulled up ESPN to see what was going on. It just said like last play, and there's like 18 penalties, and apparently Saquon Barkley is in a fight with someone.
Oh,
And I don't even think he was on the field.
Setting the tone early.
Got to set the tone when you're the underdog.
Just
These are
like when the Colts
these
were
are
down by
things you
3
gotta
scores.
do.
To establish the run down 3 scores.
That actually could have been moment of the day. Remember that?
Which one?
Coming out of halftime in the Colts and Indy game when they were down like 21-3 or 6 or whatever the hell
Oh,
it was.
yes.
Keys to the game for Indianapolis. Got to establish the run coming out of the break.
Down 3 touchdowns.
It's like, how about you tell your quarterback to stop throwing to the fucking other team?
Which he
that
did.
would be helpful. He didn't stop. Didn't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. That'll do it on the Pat Mayo Experience. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being in the studio. Hope you got your showdown lineups in.
I did. We got them in.
Congratulations again on your King of the Beach seat.
Likewise. I'm excited.
It's a big day for both of us. Hope people actually cashed in bigly if they watched the Friday show. We built some good lineups.
Yeah, we had
Bryce Young lineups.
The Bryce Young lineups were up there. My $9 and $20 Millie Maker stuff that I had, the $9 slant, the $20 Millie Maker, fell off a little bit, but they were good lineups to start with.
And congratulations to Tim's toilet. After he ruined some McDonald's on the way home, he's going to go ruin that toilet. I'm pretty sure. You smash the like on the way out. I'll be back on Monday with Jake Seeley, so tune into that. Until then, I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you next time.